Hi, this is Kathy Quinn with Floriani. Floriani is a division of R&K Distributing, and I want to welcome you to September 2022, our vest and jacket. I was asked to embroider some articles for someone at our synagogue, and I just took the bag and said, "Oh, sure, no problem." Well, I don't know if you've ever done that, but when you get home and you pull these things out and you think, "Oh my God, what did I promise?" These were heavy. They were heavier than Carhartt jackets. Heavy jackets with linings and pockets and zippers and all kinds of things. So, and I was given a picture of a font that he liked. Now, we know that we don't always have the exact font. Well, we do have the ability with Lettering Master to do any font. We can pull it up, but that doesn't necessarily know the font. And the font he wanted was a suggestion. It wasn't exact, so I was okay on that. So what I did first is I went to Font Play. And first of all, he wanted Cinch. I guess that's a name of a type of jacket. It's a brand name. He wanted the word Cinch and his name on it. So of course Cinch is going to have to go on the left side as it's a logo, even though I didn't do the logo and all that. I just put the word. And of course that's proprietary. I can put the word, but I can't copy their logo. That's plagiarism. That's against the law. So he wanted something similar. So I'm going to go to the word custom and I'm going to type in the word Cinch. Now I'm going to say okay. And this was a block font. So I'm going to come in here and go to the word block. And what I did is I started going through these to see which one I liked, what looked good with it. So I'm looking, and this is how I pictured it. I looked at what he had, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe I used Euroblock, but let's check. Let's go to the word Cinch. I already have the design up I created. Oh, it was the Happy font. Note that you can bring in any design, and I don't care if it's done by us or somebody else. When you bring it in and you want to find out what something is, now in our software, if we save it in a WAV file, I can see what alphabet I use. But if you're looking for size or color or shape, the thing is click on it and find out what it says it is. And then you can more easily master that or copy that. So let's come back over here. Let's go back to Font Play. And it was an outline font. So I would again come in, let's type in Cinch. And I'm going to look through until I get, and I could just come down. That's what I usually do. I okay this, and then I just start looking. What do I like? So I'll come down. You get the idea. I'm just looking down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down because now that I know it's Happy. That was the closest type match. It's not exact to what I had. So I know it's the Happy font. So I can either import this or close and go get it from my list. So I'm going to import it because I want to show you some things about when you import a font. First thing is he wants it an inch tall. Fine. So I've got this an inch. Now the second question is, can this be made an inch tall without having to change something because of the integrity of the letter? Let's see. Yep, it can go to a little over. It can go to 30 millimeters or 1.18 inches. That's perfect. Now, notice the spacing. Whenever you bring anything in from Font Importer, it gives you a lot of spacing between the letters just so you can see them well. You're going to need to change the spacing. So let's first go to 1. Let's go to spacing 1. How does that look? It looks okay. That's fine. I could have maybe gone to a -1, just so you can minus as well as plus. So that one is a little bit too much, so I'm going to go back to just the one, and that's how you tell. You just have to play with it because all letters have a different algorithm in between them. Now that I have this, I'm going to look at the width, the height. Now if I wanted it a little more narrow, just so you can, learn to play with it, I'm going to go ahead and click on my text again and straight text so I get all my control points. Now, if I just wanted this one a little closer, you notice because the N sticks out and the C kind of has a wider back, it looks like there's more space. There really isn't, but visually it looks like it. So I might want to move this C in just a hair. Those are a kerning icon. Now notice the H moved proportionately with it. Perfect. So that to me looks better. Now if I needed it to be the inch high but a little more narrow, let's say my spot didn't give me 5 inches, I might pull it in a little more. I still have my inch height, but now it's 4 inches. Perfect. So that looks good. So I have ferreted out the letters. I have adjusted them like I like them. And then I can say File. First thing I'm going to do is go to Print Preview. That's my first thing on this. Print Preview. There is my print preview. Now in my settings, I can tell it what to print or what not to print. In this case, I just wanted actual size. I wanted it my crosshair thick. I needed to see the stitches. I don't want to see jump stitches and print any design notes that I may have made. That's perfect. So now I'm going to stitch this out on Template Tearaway. I normally change this to black, simply because it uses less expensive ink if I print it in black. But you could, in his case, I used 747, I believe was the color I used, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Let's see, maybe I didn't. 7-4, maybe I used 749. Take it back. Then I'm going to find, I didn't use it that dark, but it doesn't matter. I make the color. Now I could print it out in the actual color to see what it looks like against that fabric, of course, or I could have changed it to black to print it. But I'm going to save it in the color I want to put on my jump drive to go ahead and stitch this out. Now this only has 2,304 stitches. It's not any great deep design. The jacket itself has no nap. It's not a terry, it's not a flannel, it's not a fleece. It doesn't have anything. So I'm not going to worry about having to have any underlay stitching, any of our nap blocker to kind of hold down. It's perfect. So then I'm going to File, Save As, and then I'm going to go ahead and save it as a design. Now I'm not going to give you any designs in this lesson because you probably don't want cinch and memo. Now I did, after I saved this, I came back in. I'm going to select it, and then I went ahead, and he wanted his name also an inch tall, so I will do memo, apply it. Again, I will then save that, print out the template, save it, and print it out. So while this is a short lesson, it's a very good lesson. Using Font Play is like your door to beautiful lettering and everything, because if I go into Font Play, custom means it's what I want to say. So let's just say I wanted to say Floriani is great. I'm going to put Kathy said so. Now if I want that and I want to see what it would look like in different fonts, I can see my whole phrase in the alphabets I pick. And just so you know, things are running a little bit slow on this computer. I've got videos rendering. Whoops, what happened? There it is. Floriani, oh, and I can't spell. Floriani is great, so I could come back into the custom and fix that. Kathy said so. So then I could go down and look at what font it looked the best in. So this is a real plus in your software, because a lot of times we're looking for something specific, especially when doing monogramming and stuff. Sometimes you're looking for one specific letter. So this makes it easy. So there you go. That's today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you do some heavy jackets for the holidays, because what a wonderful gift. People love personalized gifts, and that makes it look very expensive, and you can make it look very professional. So I look forward to seeing you again next month. Bye-bye.